This was also pretty interesting. Now, if you check out any of our stuff at youtube.com/TYT Sports, you saw this. And it was Giannis Antetokounmpo in a Philadelphia 76ers jersey. Yes, it is weird. I get it. And many people are like, huh? What? Well, just hear me out. If you saw that, then you also saw that we put together the roster of what would be one of the lengthiest and defensive-heavy teams in the Philadelphia 76ers if Giannis Antetokounmpo were to go to Philadelphia. Because then you would have Ben Simmons, JJ Redick this year. He only has a 1-year deal. And then you're 3'5" or 6'10" or heavier or taller. Ay, geweld. So here's the latest on this front. The, was it I-480 or something like that? Look, anyone outside of Cleveland, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're just gonna, you think you sound cool, but really you sound like a douche when you're like, oh, I know I-570 in this city. Like, no one gives a shit. So here is what went up about 7 miles away from the Q. And this is LeBron James along with every other starter with the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, the shade that is being thrown. And there were 2 more as well. For Philadelphia saying, LeBron, help us complete the process paid for by Power. You had to put it up because they would potentially sue you if you say who it's not paid for. Paid by, for, whatever. My English is broken. And then Philly wants LeBron, hashtag Philly wants LeBron, in all 3 colors. In case you're wondering, like, what would this run you, hypothetically, on I-480? $2,000 to $15,000 in a 4-week period. So the CEO of this company then went on the record saying, we're passionate about Philadelphia, said Asher Raphael, the company's co-CEO. We have an amazing city, it's the best sports town, and it's an awesome place to live. We think the best athletes should want to play here. LeBron is in the conversation of being the best player of all time. We think if he comes to Philly, he gets a couple more championships. If you are, oh, I was gonna give the disclaimer. Like, hey, if you want to look away at something that could potentially happen, here it is. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and LeBron James. And here's what he would look like in the home white. It actually suits him, though that's a poor Photoshop job. So here's what LeBron James had to say about being flattered and wowed by the Billboards going up in Cleveland, just 7 miles away from Quicken Loans Arena, where the Cleveland Cavaliers call home. Here's what he had to say.
You driven on 480 at all the last 2 days?
I have not, but I know all about it. I know all about it. It's a lot of potholes on 480. You got to be careful with the cars. Got to be very careful. That's why I don't do much driving. I sit in the back seat and we're just talking about the Billboards stuff. Yeah. You can say it's it's a distraction. No, it's not. Not a distraction. It's actually very flattering that I'm sitting here at 33 in my 15th year and teams or guys. I'm gonna say teams because that becomes tampering. But people in their respective city want me to play for them. I mean, that's cool. I think that's dope.
It is dope. Now, let's go back to one thing real quick. 2 things that I have. He's saying at 33 years old in my 15th year, it's flattering, it's dope, that's cool. It is amazing how in the first half of the season that when they were losing, these questions would be dodged like Neo in the Matrix to bullets. Winning solves all ills, it cures all ills. Thus, you're having these honest moments from LeBron James, which is cool. I think it's great. However, man, does it really, really help your psyche if you continue to win and you have just a fresh locker room and guys that follow your lead. But yeah, it is cool at 33 years old in his 15th year that now every team wants to sign him, as he has set himself up along with his agent, Rich Paul. They have set themselves up to now once again host all of these teams just so they can see the pitches, even if he doesn't go anywhere. It's still a pretty bold move. Here is what one member of NBC Sports Philly had to say. Is LeBron James coming to Philadelphia? I've told this to a few other people, and I have no problem saying this. My brother lives in the Philly area, and he told me that LeBron, last week through a superintendent, someone's getting fired, was in the area checking out some private schools during the All-Star break. Wait a minute. Wasn't he in Los Angeles during the All-Star break? Or maybe he has had his wife go, I think her name is Savannah, going and then flying to Philadelphia to check out schools. By the way, he's done this with many cities. He did this in Los Angeles. I believe it was in Thousand Oaks at Notre Dame High School when he then put something out on the Uninterrupted, great company run by LeBron James, their own media company. They're doing great things. Listen to their podcast as well. And he said, big shout out to Notre Dame High School. And he was photographed walking around, touring the campus. He's going to be doing this in many other cities. It's just to keep us guessing. But guess what? We're going to keep talking about it because it's a huge story. Oh, and by the way, not only is he a social activist, but he's the best of his time that he has been in the NBA. So what he says is noteworthy. It's news. Here's some other conspiracy theories. LeBron has been playing with the Sixers in 2K, it seems, says Rich Hoffman. This was taken earlier in the year. Remember also that Ben Simmons guy, well, they post Instagram stuff together. He's also represented by Rich Paul, who grew up with LeBron James. They're in the same agency, so there's that connection as well. Now, if you really want to get scared, here's the starting five with the bench. Ben Simmons, this is next year. Bob Covington, Chicago, Illinois. LeBron James, Dario Saric, and Joel Embiid. Markelle Fultz, I think he is going to be healthy. I know you guys want to crap on him at every single turn, but here's the thing. His shoulder isn't good. He's still rehabbing. Give the kid a break. He's going to redevelop his three-point shot. His mid-range is already fine. TJ McConnell's a question mark because that's a team option. And then Jared Bayless, you could also put a question mark there because we're not sure that he's going to be there. However, look at this starting five. Tell me that that is a team that will not go to the NBA Finals if LeBron James leaves the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are just going to have Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance. And then outside of that, they would beat the Boston Celtics, sorry to say. Lastly, here are the contracts on how this could potentially be set up. They are going to have a ton of salary cap space. You would potentially get rid of Dario Saric if you wanted to free up that much more money. Maybe trade Markelle Fultz, get rid of Jared Bayless, attach a draft pick in there, and free it all up for LeBron James. Lastly, an ESPN poll was taken a while back. Where will LeBron sign in the offseason? Others getting votes, the Sixers. And then where should LeBron James not sign? The Sixers are number one, actually, among NBA players that were polled over the All-Star break. So certainly do let us know where you think LeBron James should sign. It seems like there are some theories out there that it will be Philadelphia, not only with the Billboards, but what he's done previously as well.